welcome back. This is the recap of Rayman Origins, that awesome animated game that we just beat.
It's been good.
Yeah, it's been fucking awesome. Okay, so I guess typical format. Do we talk about some good first?
Yeah.
Okay, so
I was a huge Rayman fan when I was a kid, and it was kind of. I think we talked a little bit about this. It was a little bit disappointing when they did those rabbits, but this game, when it came out, I was just totally enamored by how awesome it looked. It's one of those things where you kind of look back and you're like, this looks exactly the way I almost pictured the game when I was a kid, because you pictured it as almost like a Saturday morning cartoon. And when you see it, I feel like this is exactly what they wanted that game to look like so many ages ago, and it looks fantastic, and it plays really well too. Way more interesting. To compare it to like some of those new Mario Brothers games or whatever, this one's like a lot more interesting. It seems a little bit more creative too, and a little bit more wacky. So
definitely more wacky.
Way more wacky.
I mean, Mario's got some weird shit in it and everything like that, but
not that ending.
No,
yeah.
Oh, which apparently there is a different ending for it.
It's a lot of work.
It's a lot of work. Maybe we can tag it on to the end of this or something, or the end of the episode or whatever. No, fuck that.
No.
Okay, so awesome animated, all that stuff. Yeah, all that stuff. Awesome. Okay, so this was actually a kind of a refreshing game. It was nice because I'm a huge fan of 2D platformer games, and it was kind of nice to see something that wasn't just kind of a run and gun shooter Mario clone kind of thing. This definitely had its own flavor and definitely had its own kind of world to it. It was way different than I thought it was going to be. Because again, I had never really played Rayman before. I think I played PlayStation 1 version for 10 minutes at a demo booth or something like that, but not nearly enough to make any kind of judgment on it. So now, having played Rayman Origins, which I'm guessing is the origin story,
Sure, why
I would
not?
hope so. They're not going to make a prequel to the prequel. I can say I am still confused as to what Rayman is and where he came from.
Yeah.
But I know that he's a cool little dude now, and it's a solid fucking game. It really is. It was a lot of fun to play. I kept on dying, and I kept saying how difficult it was, but honestly, it's really hard to do Let's Play and game at the same time. So if I went back and played this off-screen by myself, I probably wouldn't have died nearly as much, but again, I would have still tons of fun with it. It is an absolutely gorgeous game. I mean, hats off to the animators for this one, because, it looks so beautiful compared to many other types of games in the same genre and everything like that. But overall, I mean, excellent level design. It was wacky as hell, and it was a ton of fun to play.
That's something I wasn't expecting. It was like, since I've never played Rayman or anything, I didn't know it would be so crazy and wacky. I know there were Rayman Endless Runners and stuff, so I sort of figured it'd be a run like hell sort of game.
There were certainly some levels like that.
There were a lot of other aspects I wasn't expecting, like the shooter mosquito parts. So it was a nice surprise of a game. I really like the music. They have
the music
really,
was quite
really
good
good music, and I found that every world had a really unique flair to it, where we had that sort of Aztec area.
I guess it wasn't just snow and forest and stuff. There was
a culture in there.
But it was in the snow level. It looked like a cool drink with ice cubes and slices of orange and stuff. And they had that hell kitchen, and so it was something different. It was a fire level, but it had its own.
Right? It had theme too.
It had the chili peppers. It had the little cooked dragons and everything. So it was really cool.
Yeah, I really like that.
Yeah, same here.
Okay, so I guess. Some of the bad stuff. I mean, overall, it was a very good game. It was a lot of fun to play, but you got to take the good with the bad, no matter what game you're playing. No game is perfect. So,
well, I guess we can all talk about the glitch, but we'll
have a glitch discussion after.
I think one thing I'm not super crazy on, I think this is an issue with a lot of these 2D platformers that are multiplayer. Oftentimes, the multiplayer stuff doesn't really work super well.
Yeah.
They kind of just throw it in there. It doesn't integrate super well when it comes to camera following people or certain puzzles that you have to solve that make way more sense playing on your own.
Yeah.
There are definitely times when having other people make it easier, but that aspect just always seems a little bit half-baked in these type of games, and I think that's probably my biggest, issue with this game. Other negative things, not too much to say.
Okay. Yeah, I totally agree with that because,
running was hell.
Of all things,
Yeah.
like, I thought Ubisoft, with, I would guess the amount of money that they put into this game and stuff, and with it being more of a kid's-style game anyways, I figured that they would put more money into developing it being a multiplayer game, but it did feel a little half-baked at that point because the camera had some issues keeping up, and some of the puzzles and some of the level design was really, you could tell after dying a couple times, it was definitely focused for one player going through it, because the first player goes through and then everything crumbles behind them, and it's like, well, what about the 1 to 3 other players that are following that guy? It's like, it's like, first
and
one
you
through.
can't bring them back, because if you bring them back, everyone dies.
Yeah, exactly, because then the camera's like, where are you guys? What's happening? And it tries to keep up with you. So there was that whole thing. But I mean, overall, for the most part, the level design was pretty well done for that type of stuff. So little issues here and there. The one kind of issue that I had with it was, again, with loving side-scroller shooters and stuff like that so much, I felt that the controls were a little floaty. They should have been much tighter for some of the platforming that we were doing in this game. Because, I mean, I don't think it mattered which character I was. If I was Stimpy or Rayman or Penis Nose or whatever, it was all those characters, I think they all controlled the same.
Yeah, they did.
And it was just kind of, when you were jumping, it just felt very floaty, and it was those things like, you try to land on this like little platform as you're running along, and it feels like you just kind of slide off the edge, and it just wasn't like tight. Like it should have had more accurate controls and stuff like that. And then kind of the one other issue, but it comes with the territory of having such a beautifully like hand animated game, basically, was the hitbox detection. There was a lot of times in levels where we were looking at spikes or looking at enemies, and it's like, well, I can clearly see where it is, but when I go next to it, a little bit too close, I didn't touch it, but it killed me. So, especially the spikes, because the spike is shaped like this, but its hitbox looks like this. So, a little bit of an issue there, but again, it comes with the animated territory. You can't just tell it like this exact little tiny package around it and stuff like that, or at least not that I know of. But they obviously needed a bit of work on that. But overall, it was still obviously playable. We made our way through it, and we had fun with it. So.
Yeah. Well, I'm always one for collectibles, so it was so lame when every single costume was one character.
Yes.
And I know they fixed that in Legends.
Yeah.
But you just don't have any motivation to keep collecting things. Yeah. And then once you get a different character right at the end, it costs $220.
Yeah,
that is just ridiculous.
Yeah.
It's for the completionists at that point, I think, because it's literally like, oh no, you don't. It's not another 10 or another 15 coins. It's like, you need all the fucking emojis in the game.
Yeah, it was like 100 more emojis from the point that we unlocked the last.
Yeah, it's like every new character was like 10 or 15 or something like that, and the last one's like, you need 100 more. It's like, what? Really? You do see how long it takes to get a fucking emoji sometimes? Like, yeah, that would be grinding for days. So that's not going to happen or whatever. So, overall, not a lot of gripes, but they're, a little bits and pieces
issues here and there.
You do. What did you learn?
Oh God, I learned.
If you have something you need to think about it, we can.
Yeah, please come back to me.
Okay, Gary, what did you learn?
I learned making a rave is very hard.
It's tricky. Well, you did good. You did really good, though.
Yeah, that was awesome.
So it's all practice for the future, right?
Yeah.
I also this is something I found part of the game that I started and I judged it based on looks. It was like, I had to play Glavix right at the beginning, and I'm like, I'm gonna friggin' hate this guy. And the more I played, the more I was like, wow, I love this guy. Like,
Glavix
the amount of animations he has and like the craziness he has, like it was just, he's just like a wicked character.
He's amazing.
So suffice to say, you learned that Globox is a total awesome guy.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Red or blue.
Yeah, red or blue. Doesn't even matter. He's just a cool guy through and through. So I learned that mosquitoes both suck and blow.
Yep.
I found out that I'm not as good at platform games as I thought when I'm trying to talk about them at the same time.
It's tough.
Yeah, because normally I would have just fucking breezed through a bunch of that shit. But yeah, overall, I mean, it was a little harder than I expected it to be. So, which was nice because I was kind of worried it was going to be more of a Kirby-esque game where you just kind of wander through the levels and it's just like, just keep going.
Enemies die when they touch you.
Yeah, exactly. It's,
yeah, we died a lot. Like that was more surprising than I thought.
Well, that's when Murphy showed up. He's like, "Hey guys,
fucking Murphy.
Fuck that Murphy." Yeah, so. So I learned that Goldbox is an awesome guy, and that the mosquito levels were a lot of fun and everything like that. And,
I learned the Wolf Eyes McGinnis, the badass, the heart of gold. Wolf Eyes McGinnis.
He truly was.
Coming to ABC as a procedural.
Until you switched him out for the other character.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
He was a little too crazy-eyed for some of the levels there.
Yeah,
it was kind of nice to be able to switch between them, even if they got confusing.
Yeah.
So
it was a little confusing when we were.
Yeah, when we were both the same character, that was like, holy crap, what is going on?
Especially those running levels where it's just like, you just run and just like, well, I don't even know what the hell's going on anymore. I hope I'm that guy instead of that one.
Before we sign off, should we talk briefly about the glitch? Or
yes, please, yes. Yeah, we'll... did you have something to say about it?
Honestly, I feel like that was just super frustrating. I think that's just a damn shame because so many people probably just didn't even try doing that without... I mean, not everybody's going to look it up on YouTube or look it up on the internet, figure out. A lot of people will, obviously, but there's some people that probably like, or younger people, or parents playing it with their kids, like, this is stupid. Like, what is even happening here? And they just kind of give up. I feel like that was a missed thing for the group. I feel like they probably should have hacked it or something.
Yeah, for the people who don't know how long it actually took for us, we spent like over an hour doing
it was
like playing that same like 3 minute or 1.5
well, because we literally I think we spent it was like about a 10 to 12 minute episode on average, and then it was like, okay guys, we're gonna sit down and we're gonna beat this level no matter what. So I think it was probably about 35 minutes in, and we're like, maybe guys, we can't beat this level, and then I'm like, maybe there's something screwed up though. So sure enough, YouTube gave us the answer, and yes, it was a fucking glitch, and I was like, I knew it. I knew there had to be something wrong because we got to the end so many times and it just didn't work. So, but yeah, we checked out that video. I can't remember what the guy's name is. Do you name it? Okay, well, thanks to I can't remember, but whoever taught us how to beat that glitch, because it was fucking hootin' hallelujah after we beat that fucking level. Gary beat the level.
Yeah,
so.
Gary.
One of my other issues with that glitch is like because of the technology we live in now, like you'd think they'd be able to fix that. With a patch.
Yes.
But they just don't
they
care to, or just don't.
Yeah, I don't
know how, but it's annoying that it's still there after like the game's been out for like so many years, right?
But that's that video game tenacity. We stuck with it. We fucking beat it. We showed them. We don't need your stupid patch, Ubisoft. We beat that glitch.
But if you want to, you should do it.
Yeah, but you fix it maybe for other people. But anyways, so overall, awesome game. We really fucking enjoyed it, even with the few issues it had here and there. So definitely check it out. We are absolutely going to play Rayman Legends at some point. We have obviously
in the future
a few other games to go through first before we want to come back to this craziness. But it was a good game. Good time. So until next game, don't forget to like,
comment,
and subscribe. And we'll see you on the next episode of GARTang.
See ya.